Well, Canadian premiers are finding their own ways to take aim at the American president.
The Indian government denied again that it's complicit in what the RCMP calls a campaign of violence on Canadian soil.
Yeah, well, we've been waiting, hoping, praying that things will look better. Candace, they are not.
Meantime, police have arrested 2 men in connection with a pro-Palestinian demonstration. As Claudia Van Emmerich reports, first responders say incidents like this are becoming all too common, and more needs to be done to ensure their safety.
But in case you forgot, it is February, it is winter, snow is normal, and we've got more of that on the way.
Congratulations are in order for high school hockey. How are you working to communicate more with the public? What do you say to those people, David, and how do you reassure your constituents that you will in fact be there when they need you? Say you can get an agreement going in 6 months from when you get elected. How is that possible? Aside from calling out the Liberal government, really, what have you done to address this issue? Who would this be accessible to if it were to be approved?
And I don't know if it's going to show up, but I'll try to show you on my phone here. We did exactly that, went to the website, punched in the postal code, and again, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see a bit of a red banner there clearly saying that there have been some temporary delays. I'd say we've seen about 40 to 50 people come in the past 30 minutes or so, and something we've been hearing is actually something that you Tracy and Anthony have said, how quick, how easy, and how clear the instructions have been to come out and vote. And if you noticed, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but it's actually raining right now. So very heartwarming to see a lot of people brave the elements.
To wrap it off, I'm going to do something here with my dear friend Dahlia. We are going to do something that we won't be able to do tomorrow, which is have food and drink before sunset, and that includes
our morning coffee as well.
Our morning coffee. Ramadan Mubarak, Dahlia. Let's have a sip. Anthony, Tracy, I'll send it back to you.
As you can see, we're into Friday afternoon. The protesters are still here. The tents are still here, and they still say they are not going anywhere.
So I'm going to reach for an expert opinion here and turn right over here and ask these guys, remind me again how we're feeling?
Speaking of getting messy, 12-inch samosa right here at CNE. And Tracy, I think I'm gonna
Well,
Friday. Your chance, Tracy.
I am so impressed that you still have room.
Don't miss out.
And of course, the latest being a shooting early this morning. I want to quickly pan to the glass here. We counted about 11 of these bullet holes.
Putting my hard journalism skills right here. This is a tough competition.
Back here at Nathan Phillips Square, the Toronto Dragon Festival is just about getting started, and you can expect more live action and, of course, authentic Chinese food.
That the protest should not intervene with university activities. When we ask them if the protest has intervened, they say so far it has not. We can confirm Toronto police are on scene, but it is still unclear what will happen after that 10 p.m. deadline.
If an agreement is not reached, the university says it will take further action, although as of right now, it is unclear what that further action will be.
So many people here are constantly checking for any updates in hopes that a strike would be averted.
I do want to mention this is a watch party that's open to anyone who's interested in U.S. politics. A lot of damage, including fire damage, smoke damage all around. You can see there's a painting that's charged, not much left. Well, even a month after the incident, I can even still smell smoke in the area.
Actually, I'm going to leave it to you. Do you think the punches will be thrown on the ice, off the ice, a bit of both? Wait and see. What do you think?
Good question. I mean,
have to see.
So far for us, we've been able to get around in a moderate amount of time, so safe to say there won't be any teardrops on my guitar, Tracy. I don't own a guitar, but oh, you know what? Let me say this: for fans, today was a fairy tale. How about that?
Well played, Noor. But
you give me a hand here, man, or no? No, not gonna help me? Find me a Diwali celebration or something. Those are happening all over the weekend across the GTHA.
I don't know, man. It's really not that serious. Actually, it is. A Deloitte report 8, and that's money down the drain.
In the meantime, York Regional Police say their focus now remains on figuring out the motive behind the murder. Police say their investigation continues as they search for an accomplice vehicle parked nearby.
Palestinians here say they reject any claims of anti-Semitism. Well, it seems the excitement for Taylor Swift isn't going anywhere anytime soon. She's still got 4 more shows left in the 6th.
That morning, at this section on the Trans-Canada Trail on Atchison Road, police found perhaps one of the only pieces of evidence made public to local media. Lorraine's van, a 2001 gray Pontiac Montana, was found abandoned by the entrance of the trail. Inside the van, multiple items belonging to Lorraine, none of them, police say, point to where she went. During the first 15 days of December, Toronto police received 689 reports of intimate partner violence.
Because the incident, as he put it, was an accident so rare it could even happen once every 10 million flights.
A 10-year mystery and a family still without their loved one.
Mom, if you're there, just let somebody know.
The loneliness is unbearable, believe me.
There will always be a broken part of my heart.
What could have happened to Lorraine Roach in the days leading up to Mother's Day in 2013? I detailed the case 10 years later. But because the pathogen can survive a large range of conditions, illness is possible. Some of the telltale signs?
Nausea, vomiting.
It's a real solemn day.
Solemn after hearing about the lives lost in the horrific mid-air crash near Washington, D.C.'s Ronald Reagan International Airport Wednesday. Among the victims, 2 U.S. figure skaters and their coaches.
There were several calls today asking if I was on that plane ride.
Jeff Denisio is a skating instructor at Toronto Cricket Skating and Curling Club. He was in Kansas Wednesday at a national development camp, the same one that the U.S. figure skaters attended before boarding that plane.
A lot of these skaters look to those skaters as role models.
At Toronto Pearson International Airport, a ripple effect. 12 flights departing to and arriving from Ronald Reagan Airport were all canceled Thursday.
Actually, I'm going to D.C. right now.
Bruno's flight wasn't canceled. The father was traveling with his wife and 3 children to a different airport in D.C.
We're safe. I'm not scared. I'm not at all. So.
Others flying out of Pearson Thursday not sharing the same sentiment.
Just a little bit more nervous and scared when flying.
Of course, you get nervous.
Definitely raises questions on safety of flying.
This could have been preventable.
And yet, aviation expert John Graddick says passengers at Pearson don't need to worry.
We're nowhere near that level of congestion, and we're nowhere near that level of mix of military and civilian aircraft.
Graddick says Canadians shouldn't even have to worry about flying in the U.S. because the incident, as he put it, was an accident so rare it could even happen once every 10 million flights. In Toronto Pearson, Noor Rafatt, Global News. Back to you.
Toronto, we are so bad!
She's been here less than 48 hours, and Toronto and its Swifties are already weak at the knees.
Toronto!
Oh my gosh! Emotions running high as megastar Taylor Swift returned to the Rogers Centre Friday for her 2nd night in a row. The previous day, Swift struck chords on her guitar and in Canadians' hearts, calling them the most compassionate, generous fans.
I'm just interested to see what kind of Canadian thing she says on stage.
Makes me very proud to be Canadian.
But it's not just Canadians that are catching the Swiftie fever.
We're coming from Detroit, Michigan.
Edinburgh.
I came from England, Gloucester.
Fans from all over brought together by her music. 60,000 ticket holders a night crowding around the arena, some with no tickets at all, but still holding out hope for a last-minute bargain. The experience goes beyond the music. Swifties say they come here to also find community.
To be honest, this is the safest I've ever felt in Toronto.
Knowing you're so close to her and you get to trade bracelets with other people, it's a really cool experience.
Whether she's hundreds of miles or hundreds of feet away, to these fans, their connection to Taylor is still personal.
She literally saved my life and I love her so much. I was getting bullied at school and I listened to her songs and they really inspired me to, stand up for myself.
My dad bought me my first Taylor Swift CD, and he passed away when I was 15. So it's kind of what really connects me with her.
So despite many already being over the moon, it seems the show is just getting started.
Tayfino loves you!
Well, it seems the excitement for Taylor Swift isn't going anywhere anytime soon. She's still got 4 more shows left in the 6. I'll send it back to you.